The story starts when Karen Powell gives birth at a Halloween party and her husband, Brian, along with their friends, rush her to the hospital. The baby is born after just 10 weeks of pregnancy, which is incredibly premature even though the delivery goes well. The baby appears to be a normal, healthy, full-term baby, which is strange. Exams and tests reveal that the baby, who is now known as Jack, has a hyperbolic Werner syndrome. Doctors Lynn and Benfonte identify an extremely uncommon autosomal recessive condition. According to their prognosis, Jack will grow and age 4 times faster than a typical child, making him, in Dr. Lynn's words, sick as frig. 10 years later, Jack reappears as a 10-year-old boy trapped in the body of a 40-year-old man. Rumors of a monstrosity of a boy their age who is unable to attend school are passed among the 4 boys who lurk outside his house. He uses a fake eye that he dips in slime and tosses it at them from his window to scare them away. Because of his isolated upbringing, he is incredibly childish. His only social interactions have been with his parents and tutor Lawrence Woodruff, who suggests that he enroll in public school. At first, Jack's parents object, thinking Jack might suffer emotional harm. Many students shun him when he first arrives at school because he appears to be 40 years old. Later, after some encouragement from his father, they decide to install a basketball hoop so that he can blend in. The next few days at school, Lewis selects him for his team to play hoops with some bullies, and they come out on top. Lewis asks Jack to help him after school so he can look good in front of his mother Dolores by posing as the school principal. Later on, after they become friends, they invite him to a clubhouse where other kids hang out. Eventually, they ask him to buy adult magazines and other adult-themed items for his pals. He makes an effort to be a typical child, but after dealing with his first crush and the heartache of telling his teacher, Miss Marquez, he trips and falls downstairs and needs to be taken to the hospital right away. His physician explains that in addition to having experienced an unexpectedly severe strain, which may have been a rare form of angina, he also has Werner syndrome, which causes his internal clock to be running low. He is upset when his parents decide to pull him out of school because they know the risks it could pose to his health. After leaving the house covertly, he heads to a bar where he gets wasted, makes friends with Polly, and makes an attempt to approach Dolores. But after fighting with a bully, both of them end up in jail. After bringing Jack home, Dolores consoles him and helps him out again. After coming home, he shuts himself in his room and stays indoors for several weeks. Karen surmises that he might have come to terms with the frailty of his existence and is now afraid to venture back out into society, because he knows he won't have the time to put any of the knowledge to use. He also questions the need of studying. His friends keep visiting his house in the interim, expecting him to come outside and play, but he declines. Lewis finally gets an idea. He calls the class over, and they all play games and have a good time in front of the yard while yelling, "Can Jack come out and play?" In turn, he decides to return to school the following day. A frail-looking Jack and his 4 closest friends attend their high school graduation 7 years later. As the 5 of them drive off into the future, he gives the graduation speech, reminding his classmates that life is short and urging them to make your life spectacular. Thanks for watching King Skull Recap and subscribe.